Okay, I'm live. I had to do this twice. I'm sorry. There was a technical difficulty from StreamYard, which is the software that I use to record on, and I'm doing this as a live. And I didn't realize that it wasn't recording the sound. I'm going to try this time to make sure that you get the sound of something, a video that I played. Okay, so first, I want to say you have to listen to this video. It's only I'm gonna share the screen with. It's a short video. Um, I don't know if I did it wrong or whatever, but this video here is this woman. Just listen to her. It's a copy from I don't know if it's a TikTok. I got it off of Telegram. I forgot which channel. And this is an Arabic guy saying to listen to her. I don't know what language that is, if it's Arabic or not. But what she has to say, she's almost exactly right on the money. And I'm going to explain how the CDC is operating illegally in the government and laundering tax money and how they're doing it. Okay. And I'm going to show you evidence because I have a very similar case in New Jersey, which I'm going to go over first so you understand what I'm saying. So remember this throughout the whole video, whatever I say. Government cannot create a private entity. Government can only create agencies. So the CDC is a quasi-governmental agency. That means it has to adhere to all the government laws, which mean accounting for its money. And I'm going to show you how they're getting around accounting for their money and how Bill Gates is using it to launder money through, and Moderna and Pfizer and all these companies, and how they're all criminal thieves. I'm going to show you. So first, we're going to do is I'm going to try, and you know what? Let me just open this up in YouTube for a second. Please just be patient for 1 second. I just want to make sure the sound is working. And so what I'm going to do is put this my live on there. Live. This is this one. Okay. What happened here? Okay. What happened here? Okay, this is my YouTube live. Okay, I'm just a little confused. Okay, so I'm going to play her video and I'm going to mute me.
This is a for-profit organization. It is not part of our government, but it's a private entity that makes billions of dollars off of the drugs, off the vaccines that for decades they have been making you take, making your children take. This
التمهيد على التمهيد لكم استنوا
is run by a
هلا
person
شوفوا
who
الصدمة
doesn't even have
الكبيرة.
any real medical credentials. This organization, with this, are run by maniacal maniacs. It's becoming a time of Dr. Mangalas and Gestapo nurses. That's what's going to be happening in this country. And it's starting to happen right now. This organization, this is Diana Lenska. This is a for-profit organization. It is not part of our government, but it's a private entity that makes billions of dollars off of the drugs, off the vaccines that for decades they have been making you take, making your children take. This
هات
organization
تمهيد ها على مهد لكم استنوا
is run by a
هلا
person
شوفوا
who
الصدمة
doesn't even
الكبيرة.
have any real medical credentials. This organization with this are run by maniacal maniacs. It's becoming a time of Dr. Mangalas and Gestapo nurses. That's what's going to be happening in this country. And it's starting to happen right now. This
بلشنا.
is never going away. This is your new normal for the rest of your life. Have any of you seen the trailer for the movie that will be coming out at the end of, I believe it's 2021, Songbird?
أكيد لا.
They talk about C21, C22, C23.
أجيال راح تستمر.
It's never going away. This started off as a scenario in 2019, October 18th, Johns Hopkins University, Event 21, 2021 also it is known as, took place. A scenario was created dealing with this happening in Wuhan, China. And then all of a sudden, barely a month later, all of a sudden it starts taking place for real in the world. Are you starting to get it yet? If you think this is bad,
أكيد لا لسه. تفضل.
I printed this out. Johns Hopkins University. These scenarios on vaccines and drugs are done regularly.
يا جماعة انتبهوا من
Every
اللقاحات
other
كرم على
vaccine,
الله.
every other drug that has been brought out for profit by these pharmaceutical corporations,
مصاري.
they create a script.
سيناريو.
COVID-19 is going to turn into the SPARS pandemic, 2025 to 2028. It's never going away. They're going to keep giving you drugs. They're going to keep injecting you with filth and chemicals because that's what it is. None of this stuff is really a vaccine. Most vaccines, that's what it is. Filth, garbage, and chemicals that have been keeping you ill for decades, making your children sick for decades. And it's not going to stop. They're going to keep doing this to you over and over and over again. Look this up. Go online. Print out your copy. The SPARS pandemic, 2025 to 28. This is your future. This is your children's
إن شاء
future.
الله لا.
Because you gave in so willingly to the lie. And now they got you. A handful of people are running the world now. The Rothschild banks control almost all the banks in the world. The International Monetary Fund with the pharmaceutical corporations are taking everything from you. They want it all. And it's never going to stop. I'm going to show you just a few things in this scenario. What they
انتبهوا.
have planned. And remember,
انتبهوا من اللقاحات اللي جاي والله.
started off as a scenario,
بدأ كسيناريو. اي والله.
just like this, which is forthcoming for you.
انتبهوا يا عالم الله يحمينا ويحميكم يا رب.
So let's go over some of these details now.
Okay, that was just a short video on this lady. Let's stop sharing that. God almighty. And let's go back here. I guess Rumble wanted to just I had to load that up to Rumble to make it work so I could get the sound on there. Okay. So that woman is talking about them being a for-profit organization. This this here has to do with me and how I put it all together. This is a complaint I filed in 2001. It's a CJ 2001-4412-A. That's my complaint number. So you can look it up or ask for an Oprah for a freedom of request and get the files that they have in there. But they've duffed a lot of them and they're hidden. It's also in the State Police Public Corrections Department. They have another report number, which I don't have available. They told me it's top secret. But they're not doing anything about it. If you can look, this is from 2001, my complaint number. And then the FBI, the U.S. Attorney General's office said it's not their thing, and that would be Chris Christie is who I originally gave the complaint to in the U.S. Attorney General's office. I went to the, this complaint was filed with, you can see the state of New Jersey, Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of Criminal Justice. That's the OAG, Office of the Attorney General of the state of New Jersey. They have my complaint. I want everyone to go watch this video on the SIDS. I'm going to make this smaller so you can see on my YouTube or Rumble channel. You can go to this SID quasi-municipality. So I'm going to explain. The CDC is not a private, it's not a government agency per se, and it's not a public entity. It's a quasi-government agency. So in New Jersey, they have quasi-municipalities, which are the same thing. Again, remember, government cannot create a non-government entity. So what they are doing, and they're stealing tax dollars and laundering money. Okay, this is what happened in the SIDS. I was bidding, I did Christmas lighting, and I was doing work for maybe 66 towns in New Jersey. I did work in California. I did work in Texas. I did work in New York, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, the San Juan, and San Juan, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, Henderson, Las Vegas. I've been all over the country, Concord. Yeah, I was very good. Disney called me, HBO called me. They called me for a movie to do some set work for Serendipity, movie back then, old stuff. All of a sudden, I started getting threats from mob guys. Supposedly, they say they're mob guys. But here's what they're doing. In New Jersey, they started setting up what they called special improvement districts. They fall under the pedestrian mall statutes, NJSA law. That means that they're a quasi-municipality, kind of like the same thing like a volunteer fire department or a volunteer ambulance department. They can't take government funds and not account for them. That's why your volunteer fire department has to go to bid to buy fire trucks and not pay $2 million, $3 million for a used, broken down fire truck. They have to be accountable for their money. So what happened was I started getting these threats, and I was getting locked out of certain cities. Every time they set up a special improvement district, they were telling me, we're a private entity. We don't have to take your bid. So I looked it up, and if you watch the SID video here, you will see the statutes. They're pedestrian malls, and I'll tell you in the end of that video how they're covering it up. So they're saying they're a private entity and they're a 5013C. So what they did was they exercised a tax on everyone in the city that's in the limits of the Special Improvement District, the Revitalization Committee, whatever they name your downtown revitalization committee, a SID, a Business Improvement District, or whatever, downtown, whatever they call it. It's a pedestrian mall in New Jersey. New York and Pennsylvania, I know for a fact, are doing the same exact thing. So they say, we're a private entity. They open up a 5013C. They exercise a tax that's criminally punishable, means they can take your property if you don't pay the tax. They take that tax money, they give it to the 5013C, to the SID in the 5013C, and then they take that money in the 5013C, and then they pay, in my instance, another Christmas company 5 times the amount of what I would charge them for crap, stuff that's broken and don't even work or light up and looks like crap, right? That's what they do. I was featured on CBS News. I brought 10,000 people to Union Township in 1990 for their tree lighting ceremony. I did Linden, New Jersey, Roselle Park. So Red Bank was featured in downtown Main Street. I did the best work in the state, and I'm also responsible for drive-through parks because I came up with a way to make money with them. So when the PNC Art Center was the first one in 98, and it made a lot of money, and I never got paid because I was getting all these threats, and they pushed me out of business, tried to kill me 2 or 3 times. But when the OAG's office refused to look at my stuff, I went to the U.S. Attorney General's office. That's when I talked to Chris Christie. I went to the FBI. The FBI buried this. They're liars. I went right to a secret office they have. They're liars and they're thieves, and they're all covering up for this laundering of the money. So what they do is the Christmas contractor in New Jersey gets a contract for, if I would charge, I'll give you an example, in Trenton, I gave a bid for $40,000. I snuck a bid in there. They gave it to a guy in New York who Giuliani indicted for the mob thing for San Gennaro Feast, Arnold Migliaccio. He's passed away now. So, I'm not so worried about him. And they paid him $150,000, and they used my designs. He copied my designs. So they paid him 3 times as much. You think they liked Arnold? No. He gets to keep some, and then he has to give some away, right? That's how it works. So the FBI is covering it up. They're a quasi-municipality, a quasi-governmental federal quasi-agency operates the same way. Government cannot create a non-government agency. So, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to share this tab. The CDC is a gun non-for-profit. I just want to make sure I'm there. Authorized by Congress to mobilize philanthropic, oh my God, I can't say things right today, partners and private sector resources to support the CDC's critical health protection. Since 1995, the CDC has raised over $2.2 billion and launched 1,400 programs impacting the threats of chronic disease, Ebola, and this in 77 countries. Okay? So this is, CDC.gov. I mean, type it in. They say they're a government agency, but here they're saying that they're raising money, right? So now we're going to go to this one. This is a Snopes article where they say, I can go here. Is the CDC private nonprofit corporation? So here's the cover up right here. I'm going to share this tab. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit the share button. Snopes. Is the CDC a private non-corporation? They say false. While there are legitimate concerns, notice that, about potential for conflicts of interest, which there definitely is, between corporations donating to the CDC directly and indirectly, the author of the viral claim confuses government agency, the CDC, with the independent 5013C public charity, the CDC Foundation. Do you see what they're doing here? The CDC Foundation, they fuse the money with the government agency. They're doing the same thing in New Jersey. So you call any town in New Jersey and they have a revitalization downtown area cordoned off where they tax the merchants, they'll tell you they're a private entity and they'll tell you they're a 5013C. Listen, they are not. They are a pedestrian mall in New Jersey. That's why the CDC is a federal agency, but they're using the 5013C, Public Charity Foundation. Okay, so here's the person's claim. Did you know the CDC is a private nonprofit corporation? The CDC is a quasi-government under the Department of Health and Human Services, which strangely has sources of funding that are predicted on the fact that it also has a private 5013C, like the Clinton Foundation. The CDC Foundation received charitable contributions and philanthropic, I'm not saying that word right, philanthropic, what the heck is wrong with me? Grants individuals, foundations, corporations, universities, NGOs, and other organizations to advance the work of the center. They left out Bill Gates's Melinda and Gates Foundation. I'm sorry. All right. And this is not a government-funded organization. It is not exclusively a government-funded. Sick. Very curious. Yeah. Okay. If, say, in my town, I wanted to set up, or in any government, in federal government, a thing that says, I want to save the owls in the country. So everyone in the country has to join my 5013C and pay me $10,000 a month to my charitable organization. Then I would give out contracts after you send in your donation back to you. I'll give you a contract for $10,000, $20,000, and you'll make money and supply a product, and you'll make money on me. So you send your company in to buy something, and you get your money back. You cannot forcibly tax anyone to join a 5013C under, which they're doing in New Jersey, under the, they'll put a tax lien and auction off your property if you don't join their 5013C. You can't do that. It's a quasi-municipality, and that means that a government cannot create a non-government agency, can't create a McDonald's or a food place and make money on it. They can't do that. They have to account for every penny, and it has to go through channels of bidding and transparency. They're not doing that. They're hiding it under a 5013C. So the money's coming in from the government, tax money, to the CDC, and then they're giving it to the 5013C. The 5013C is putting money into there, and then they're giving themselves contracts. Pfizer, Moderna, Bill, Melinda Gates are profiting off of that. That is totally money laundering, illegal. 100% down. No questions asked. Go tomorrow and arrest all of them, anyone who sees this. That is not legal. You cannot have, it can't be they're confusing. Listen to these idiots at Snopes. I just can't even believe it. People are confusing the government agency, the CDC, with the independent 501c3 public charity. Dude, listen, I'm not even going to go there. They are crazy. They are crazy, and they're just giving you whatever they want. Any kind of poison, anything. I don't know what they're doing. They are just laundering money, stealing money, and using the 5013C as the tax exempt. You get it? That they're scamming the money. 100% dead bang. The FBI has covered up my case for 30 years. They should all be locked up. I'd be ashamed to be an FBI guy today. I would be, or the DOJ, or any politician. I called my senator and I sent him my information, and he said to me, I'm not allowed to look at criminal information. I'm showing them corruption in the state. I'm not allowed to look at that. You don't want to see it. It's not legal. You cannot play a game like that. A CDC is a quasi-municipality. They should follow all the laws. A quasi-municipality, a quasi-government. I got the municipality thing on my head because that's how I put it all together. when I saw that woman's video, and she said it's a for-profit organization. So I went and I looked it up, and I came across these articles. And then all of a sudden, click, 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 it clicked in my head. They're doing the same scam they're doing in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. They're stealing all your tax dollars in your municipalities. Why do you think they burn those cities down? Who are the contractors that come in to fix stuff? Oh, gee, that's what you should be looking at. It's the same thing. Who are the contractors going to the CDC, giving contracts out for stuff? Where's the money going from? See the 501(c)(3)? That's the key. A 501(c)(3) cannot operate as a public utility or entity. That's not in its charter. Can't do it. Go look it up. A 501(c), if it can operate as a public entity, it cannot. So here they are sticking it in there, and they're laundering the money together. That's the deal. And if I'm wrong, and you're a lawyer or whoever you are, even if you're a faggot FBI guy, whatever you are, call me and prove me that I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, and I'll make a video saying I'm wrong and apologize. You cannot do that. Government cannot create a non-government entity, period. And you certainly cannot take tax dollars and throw it into an organization that's funneling money around with a 501(c) and calling itself a private entity. Who are we dealing with? Are we dealing with the CDC of the government agency that Congress created? Or are we dealing with the 501(c) called independent 501(c) called the CDC Foundation, like the Clinton Foundation or the Melinda Gates and Bill Gates Foundation? You're getting buffaloed, you're getting robbed. That's illegal. It's dead bang illegal. Throw it in their faces. So I'm done with the video. I'm really sorry, but because they ruined my life. You don't understand. They put me out of business. They sent the state of New Jersey sent the mafia after me, and they tried to kill me like 2 or 3 times. They blew me up in a firebomb in my van. They cut my pivot arm on my pickup truck. And then finally, I just gave up. I gave away my business for free. I just gave everything away. Over $500,000 worth of product I gave away. I stopped doing business. I stopped my internet business. I was selling stuff on the internet. I did work for Hershey Park, too. I put up their Sweet Light show. I did a lot. I'm not lying about who I am and what I did. I did government contracts for 20 years. I understand them. And this I did a lot of research on because of what was happening to me. And it's no different. As a volunteer fire department, any entity a government creates is a quasi government agency. Therefore falls under the guidance of public law and accountability for public money. So you can't have, I don't know what's going on here, and how Snopes even says people are confusing the government agency with the 501(c) with the same name. Oh my God. Lock Bill Gates and Melinda Gates up forever. Take everything they own and give it back to the taxpayers. They took that money and did all of that shit illegally. End of story. I'm done. I'm like really tired. And God bless everybody and treat everyone better than you treat yourselves. That's the best thing I can tell everybody. Pray all the time. These evil people are doing a lot of nefarious things. You know, they're worried about the border thing, and it's like 1 mile worth of razor wire. That the whole border's open, but it's all this stuff on the news. I'm like, oh, what? What are they trying to federalize all of the National Guards? Is that what they're trying to do? So, to create a problem for us? Because once the National Guards are federalized, guess what? We're really screwed. What are they doing? It's a mile's worth of fence. You go a mile down the road, and the fences are open. They can cross over. There's roads. Holy mackerel. And then there's the other state. Texas is a big state. You're talking about like a mile worth of razor wire. And there's like 7 soldiers here. Go look at it. 3 Jeeps or something. And the 2 guys standing at a gate with a gun. Well, yeah, the Mexican there or whoever's coming there is going to see the guy with the gun. No, let me walk a half a mile down where nobody's there and I'll walk right through. Come on. I don't even want to go in it. Everything they're doing is a lie. And this can be stopped. Somebody with power. I don't know if you want to find Carrie Lake or somebody, I don't know, who's got a Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know. Trump. That's what they're doing with the CDC. That's totally illegal. That's laundering money. That's stealing tax dollars. They're playing with us. God bless, and everyone stay blessed. Good night. I love everybody, and I'm sorry. I'm very passionate because I lost everything. I have to live with my daughter. I lost my house. I lost my business. I lost everything, and they tried to kill me. And that's why I had to give it up. I had to protect my family, too. And the FBI was, and the OAG, the State Attorney General's Office, Department of Community Affairs, are the ones who sent the mob guys after me. So, and they were real mob guys. Giuliani indicted the guy for being a mobster. So, and Giuliani's another one, though. I tried to call him, like, help me, no, because I helped him with something. Nope. You can't even get through to that guy. I'm just tired of all these politicians and hacks. This, as I'm showing you, is fact. Prove me wrong. Write it in the comments. Contact me. You can find me. I'm easy to find. My name's right there. God bless. End the stream. Third, 4, thanks for coming in again tonight. And I know you're in New Zealand. You stay blessed. You're a good man. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I do want to do some things with you, so let me know when you're ready. Okay? I'm not going to bother you. I'll wait till you're ready. All righty? When you have something you want to, discuss. Okay? Okay. Take care, God. Bye. God bless.